Khamzat Chimaev gets it done. Shuts down Dricus du Plessis for 5 rounds. 50-44 on the official judges' scorecards. 50-41 on Dana White's scorecard. Khamzat Chimaev is your new UFC middleweight champion of the world. Oh my. Were you impressed with his performance? There's a lot of comments out there saying Khamzat should have finished him. It was the most boring fight in the history of the UFC. Dricus said he almost finished him in the final round. Wish he had a few more rounds. Were you impressed with Khamzat? Did you enjoy the fight? What did you think of the whole event? Let's go down the results from UFC 319. Let's go through the winners, the losers, and some of the oh my moments. Sheesh. Let's start with the main event. Khamzat Chimaev defeats Dricus du Plessis via unanimous decision. 50-44 on all of the judges' scorecards. Dana White had 50-41. Wow. You don't really see 50-44s very often, especially in a title fight. A lot of people out there said Khamzat's cardio's bad. Khamzat can't go past 1 or 2 rounds. Khamzat, in the 5th round, he looked great. He wasn't gassed. He looked great. They had a game plan, and they followed through on the game plan. You see it all the time. Did he go for the submission? Absolutely he went for the submission, multiple times. But if you think about this, guys, his goal in his life was to win the UFC, middleweight, welterweight, a title, and he did it. So he captured the win. He dominated. Maybe had a couple punches. I don't even know if he was punched one time. Might have had a couple scrapes on his face. DDP had a bunch of marks on his face. He doesn't look like he was damaged too much. 500 strikes from Khamzat sets a record. I think Dricus had a total of 40 strikes. Unbelievable. So here's the official results. Khamzat Chimaev defeated Dricus du Plessis via unanimous decision and wins the UFC middleweight title. And that's Khamzat Chimaev. There you go. The man. 185-pound champion. He started off at 170 in the UFC. Did really well. Did great. Went up to 185. Looks healthier. Put on some muscle. Trained out there at Santos Performance Studios in the Jackson House in Newport Beach, California with TJ Dillashaw. And a bunch of great new coaches out there. Khamzat looked like he could go 8 rounds, 10 rounds. Dricus, him too. He came on in the final rounds. I was impressed with Dricus. I was on the edge of my seat, just like Izzy. Izzy was psyched for the end of the fight. We'll get into more Izzy news because Izzy had a lot to say before and after the fight, and what he said was spot on. But I was watching the end of the fight, and I was on the edge of my seat. I was telling my wife, "Wow, this is crazy," because I thought Dricus was going to come back. Dricus still had energy in the 5th round. Incredible fight. I don't know if we'll ever see a rematch, right? But incredible fight. We'll go over du Plessis' statement after the fight. I just want to run down the official results of all these in case you missed it. All right, here we go. Lerone Murphy, man, shut down Aaron Pico. Spinning elbow to the forehead. KO round 1. Here's the official. Lerone Murphy knocks out Aaron Pico in round 1. Spinning elbow. Oh my. Aaron Pico released a statement saying he's doing fine. He's coming back stronger. Whew. Incredible. Incredible. 50K right there. Khamzat won 50K. Lerone Murphy won 50K. Parates won 50K. We'll go over some of the bonuses. Carlos Prates did the same thing. He did a spinning elbow, but this landed in the side of Jeff Neal's head, knocking him out in round 1. Oh my God. He was out. Had blood coming out the side of his head. Jeff Neal knocked out. Pico knocked out in the same fashion. It was incredible. If I could show you the highlights, I wish I could. I'll drop some pictures on here later. Copyright. We'll get hit for copyright. All right. Prates gets a $50K bonus and then calls out Leon Edwards right after. He wants to fight Leon Edwards. Prates, UFC Rio. Prates uninjured. Then we had MVP. Michael Venom Page defeated Jared Cannonier, the Killer Gorilla. Unanimous decision, 29-28 times 3. Good fight. MVP was styling and profiling. Knocked him down in round 1. Knocked him down in round 2. Looking great. Cannonier still looked pretty good in round 3. Great fight. You want to see all the highlights? Go to our Twitter. All the highlights are on there. Or go to our X, right? MMA Uncensored X. Let's see. Tim Elliott defeated Kai Asakura via submission round 2. That was incredible. A lot of people had Kai Asakura winning that one. Tim Elliott gets it done. Basanger Suskarov defeated Eric Nolan via submission round 2. Great fight, back and forth. That's Khamzat's guy. Suskarov gets 2 wins in the UFC Octagon in 5 days. One in Dana White Contender Series and the other one at UFC 319 in Chi-Town. Big week for you, brother. Congratulations. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I always mess this one up, guys. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk gets it done via TKO versus Gerald GM3 Mearshart. Great win. Great TKO. Fighting nerds. Mikhail. Lupi Godinez defeated Jessica Andrade, 29-28, unanimous decision times 3. Lupi gets it done. I always like watching Lupi. Alexander Hernandez defeated Chase Hooper via TKO round 1. Oh my, that shocked me. Chase Hooper comes in. Pow! Straight, boom. Adds a couple punches. Alexander Hernandez gets it done. TKO. Chase Hooper. Great event, guys. Jakar Close defeated Edson Barboza. Unanimous decision. Good fight. Then we got Karine Silva defeated Diano Barboza via unanimous decision. A lot of people said that was a robbery. And that was, we got one more. We had, I picked this one too. Joseph Morales defeated Alabid Idris. Triangle choke. Congratulations to Joseph Morales. He also is the Tough 33 flyweight winner. It was a great event. UFC 319 fucking delivered. The whole thing, top to bottom. I was happy. I wasn't mad about anything. I think I went like 7. I think I got 7 or 8 picks right out of. I did pretty good. I got like maybe 80%. I picked Khamzat via submission or finish round 1 or 2, so I got that wrong. But I got the outcome right. I did not pick DDP. I think I did pretty good on my picks. We do our picks every Friday. We try to get them after the weigh-ins, but sometimes we get them during or before. But we'll do our picks. And then we'll list some betting sponsors every Friday, and you get some deals on some bets. You can get your bets. Sometimes you can get them for free. So we'll drop some sponsors on Fridays. So let's get into some more news. This is a longer version of our show because there's a lot to cover. Usually we do these 5-10 minute dealios, but this one's going to be a little bit longer today. Get this camera fixed. All right, so what do you think's next for Khamzat Chimaev? We have a lot of options. We have Imavov. We have RDR. We have Fluffy. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. And we have Kai Barajo. Some of the odds. Let's look at some of the odds for that. Interesting. Very interesting odds. Khamzat Chimaev and Imavov. Khamzat right now is a minus 550 and Imavov is a plus 400. Khamzat versus Barajo. He's a minus 500, plus 375. Pretty much the same odds. And that's it. I think, honestly, I'd really like to see Anthony Hernandez, right, versus Khamzat, with them two cardio machines go at it, right? Because we can call Khamzat a cardio machine right now, right? Khamzat showed up. DDP was probably the top 2 or 3 cardio machine, the best gas tank in the UFC, and Khamzat drowned him. He just completely drowned him. Let's get into Dricus du Plessis' statement, because this is important here. This is Dricus du Plessis, right? He was going for his third title defense. And here's what he had to say to Joe Rogan in the Octagon about his loss. He was devastated. He was sad. Even afterwards, he's drinking beers and he's sad. Look, it's a video right here. He's sad, but he's drinking. You ever see a sad man drink beer? You want to see a sad man drink beer? Go to my X page. Because there he is, sad, not happy. That's right. That's right. Here's what he had to say. The man has incredible control on the top. He's just like a blanket. It wasn't a matter of strength. It wasn't that physical. It was almost as if he knew what your next move was going to be. He got it without using too much power, and I had to decide, am I going to be on my back or have him on my back? At the end, I went for it. Had the back. I could almost taste that victory, but big ups to Khamzat. That's former UFC middleweight king, Dricus du Plessis. South African fans are devastated. Dricus du Plessis is devastated. He never seen this one coming. You know, what's next for Dricus, right? What's next for Dricus? He's fine. He can come back in 2 or 3 months. He's fine. He'll be all right. Let's get into, we had some reactions from Conor McGregor, John Jones, Nate Diaz. Just a lot of not so positive reactions, let's just say, from them guys. Nate Diaz says he's not a fighter. Conor McGregor congratulated him. Israel Adesanya was shocked, but was proud of what Khamzat did. A lot of reactions. We're going to go over them right now. I want to get the exact quotes here. All right. Here's what Kamaru Usman said. Kamaru and Khamzat went at it at 185. Great fight. People say Khamzat was tested the most versus Kamaru. Gilbert Burns put him to the test too. Here's what Kamaru said. I hate to say it, but, and then he does facepalm, basically saying that, you know, he could have got up. Kamaru stuffed, I think, 7 of his takedowns, whereas Dricus, I don't think, stuffed any. Nathan Diaz says Khamzat can't fight. Paulo Costa says, no one wants to watch this shit. People booing in the arena at the bar. Sean Strickland had this to say. I'm probably the only one in the UFC that can out-grapple that little HORE for 5 rounds. Well, it looks like I got to stack some wins to get this off my... Yeah. Sean Strickland says he can beat him. And then Conor McGregor congratulated him. It only took Khamzat Chimaev 5 seconds to take Dricus down. Only 5 seconds. Khamzat Chimaev is 15-0. Khamzat Chimaev got his black belt, and right after his win, he was awarded his black belt. Bilal Muhammad said this to Dricus du Plessis. Shout out to Dricus. You showed a lot of heart. You never gave up. Just kidding. You suck. That was 5 10-8s. Yeah, so Bilal didn't have much good to say. Sean Strickland says, When Khamzat was at the gym, I could out wrestle him. He would have a solid 4 minutes of dry humping my leg and then utterly break. And Khamzat is not that guy anymore. He's trained out there with TJ Dillashaw and his coaches and Arman, and his cardio is incredible. Here's some of the numbers. Control time, 21 minutes, 21:40 out of 25 minutes. Khamzat controlled. 529 strikes landed, 45 strikes absorbed, and 12 takedowns. That's dominance. That's dominance right there. Alexander Volkanovski accepts the fight from Lerone Murphy, and he wants to fight in December. So you might see that fight. Aaron Pico, here's his statement real quick. Get into Pico. Last night wasn't my night. That's the fight game. Wins and losses both teach us lessons. I'll come back sharper, stronger, and better prepared. Thanks for riding with me. That's Aaron Pico. Izzy, before the fight, said he picked DDP. Late rounds, 4 or 5 rounds. Lead DDP getting it done. And it didn't happen. DDP just did a video. He was on the edge of his seat. Israel Adesanya YouTube. Last Style Bender YouTube, I believe it's called. Or Freestyle Bender YouTube. And he was on the edge of his seat. He was excited. DDP's coming back. He's going to win. But Izzy eventually said this. He said that the middleweight division is in great hands now that Khamzat is champion. He added he was surprised that he lasted 5 rounds. And now the middleweight division has to worry about cardio Khamzat. Yeah. The Marab of 185. Oh my. All right. Sean Strickland. Dana White says that he is okay with Khamzat Chimaev, and he would consider Khamzat Chimaev fighting at UFC Abu Dhabi. That's the end of October, which is less than 3 months away. That is the same card Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall heavyweight title fight is on. Dana White says he would consider it because Khamzat wants to fight in Abu Dhabi. So we covered the results. We covered all the news. Khamzat Chimaev also had a couple statements. He said thank you to his coaches, his fans, and he also added he wants to be the pound for pound king of MMA, UFC, and he will most likely move up to the top side, say 7 or 8 after this win. I think Dricus was number 6. He'll drop. Khamzat Chimaev wants to be the pound for pound king. Here's what he had to say. I don't care who does the pound for pound rankings. For sure, I have to be number 1. Anthony Hernandez was underwhelmed with his performance. Anthony Hernandez wants a shot at Khamzat. Demetrius Johnson, the GOAT, goes off on fans criticizing Khamzat's performance because there was a lot of criticism. We'll close on this. This is what DJ had to say on his YouTube. If you guys don't want to watch grappling and wrestling, don't watch the UFC. Don't watch it. Right? You don't have to watch it. Such a sad thing. We're watching Dricus sad and drinking the beers. Sorry. You guys are complaining about something which is very easy problem to fix. Let's say Khamzat is about to go fight again. All you have to do is, you see this button on the remote control? It's called off button. Press it. It's simple. Simple problem to fix. If you don't want to watch the UFC, don't watch it. That's DJ. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Man. Dricus. All right, we got the Santos Studios in the background. We've got the glasses here, santosstudios.com. We got our Jackson merch, Jackson chain, jackson.com, Jackson podcast. Make sure you guys go check out the latest Jackson podcast. We get 2 episodes every week. All right, Jackson podcast. You got TJ Dillashaw right there. That's about it. That's about it for our Monday show. We do one every Monday, one every Friday, and I'll probably go live here in a few minutes and cover some of the news that you need to know for the day. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is our YouTube, MMA Uncensored. Have a great week. We'll talk to you guys on Friday, and we'll talk more MMA then.